Welcome to episode 284, Michael Kors, 10 Lessons. This is an outline of episode 284, lesson 1 to lesson 5. This is an outline of episode 284, lesson 6 to lesson 10. Lesson number 1, King of Growth. In 2003, the sale was $17 million. By 2018, the sale has become $4.5 billion. Let's do the math. I use a spreadsheet. I plug in $17 million 2003 and plug in $4.5 billion 2018. And I got a compound growth rate of 46%.
Michael Kors went from $20 million in 2004 to this year will do approximately $1.8, $1.9 billion. And there are very few companies, both in the fashion industry or, quite frankly, just...
Number 2, Michael Kors, the prodigy. At age 5, he helped design his mother's wedding dress. At age 14, he made decision on fashion over acting. At age 21, he had his own fashion line. Lesson number 3, follow your dream. At age 19, he dropped out of college after 9 months to work in a store called Lothos. This is a picture of the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, where Michael Kors used to study. Lesson number 4, bankruptcy at age 34. The year was 1993. I'm not going into detail of how he got bankrupt. The success part of his story is a lot more interesting. Lesson number 5, the 3 who rescued his company. The year was 2003. Larry Stroh is the Canadian Jewish businessman. Silas Chow is the businessman from Hong Kong. Together, these two invested in Tommy Hilfiger and made a fortune. The third person is John D. Idle. He became the CEO of Michael Kors.
John Idle. John Idle is the CEO, chairman and CEO of Michael Kors, and of course is a partner with the incredible Project Runway star, Michael Kors. It turns out that Idle, along with 2 partners, Lawrence Stroll and Silas Chu, acquired Michael Kors back in 2003. The company was struggling. They had only something like $20 million in revenue. They paid a huge premium for it, close to $100 million. And since that time, Michael Kors has been one of the hottest stocks, one of the most exciting brands.
Lesson number 6, experience matters.
And he said, I want to build a really big business. I think you guys are the right guys to do it. Let's get together and let's figure this out. I have a great concept. I have a dream. I have a vision. You have expertise with many years in the business. You have the financing to help this happen. So we bought the company in 2003, and it's all well documented. We paid about $40 million for the business, and which really, doing about $17 million at the time, which was an enormous amount of money to pay for a business. But we believe...
Lesson number 7, fashion must be affordable. Another word for this is accessible luxury.
And John Idle deserves a lot of the success because he is the day-to-day CEO that has helped run the company. First, the strategy. This is all about accessible luxury. It's kind of like runway fashion without the runway prices, is how John Idle describes it.
Where today you go into a Michael Kors store, the handbag might be $350, the watch might be $250, the eyewear might be $200. So we're bringing runway fashion to you at accessible luxury pricing. And
Lesson number 8, speed and execution.
Believed in his dream and his vision and our ability to execute that dream and vision. And then in 2006, we opened our first lifestyle store. We decided that we wanted to control our own destiny. And the first store, interestingly enough, that we opened in North Park, Texas, is exactly the same design that you will see when you go to Pentagon City to see our store, when you go to Tyson's Corner, either in Tyson's 1
They've already got 300 stores. They're growing towards 800 stores on a global basis. And the products they're selling are, of course, apparel, but a lot of accessories. In fact, the core focus of the business and where most of the money is coming from is from accessories. Jewelry and handbags and watches. They're actually going to sell $1 billion worth of watches this year.
Lesson number 9, a two-tier product strategy.
One other thing about strategy, they have two brands, the Michael Kors brand, which is your high-end brand, and the Michael by Michael Kors brand, which is more of a, not quite mass market because it's still accessible luxury, but a much bigger market. And actually it reminds me of the Nike strategy, where you have this very high-end brand with the best shoes for Olympic athletes and people that have people that are competitors on a global basis, and then because people want to feel like Mike, then Nike sells gazillions of other products at a much broader level.
Lesson number 10, white space. White space with Michael Kors is handbags, watches, and eyewear.
Presentation, and I believe in it. And if you think about the great American entrepreneurs, they have come up with ideas that really fill needs and voids in the marketplace. Many of you in this room have an Apple iPad, you have an Apple phone. You know, when you think about the best and the greatest American company in the world today, it is Apple. And Steve Jobs, many, many years ago, saw the need to fill white space, or in Tyson's 2, or when you go down to Georgetown to see the store. And by the way, I hope you visit all of them. But it's quite interesting. You know, we took this idea and this concept to say that accessories, fashion accessories, were something that we could excite women around the globe with, and we could do it where everything wasn't $1,000 for a handbag, $2,000 for a watch, and $400 for eyewear.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.